Well, I think I know what I'd like to investigate. Down, dead boy. It appears we must solve this dreadful crime. Who doesn't love a good mystery? You are way too into this, hun. This might be pretty cool. I think I'm going to go see what I can find in the study. Butler, is there food in the kitchen? Indubitably. I shall take that as a yes and go to feed myself. I think I'll see what I can deduce in the sitting room. I think I'll come and find you guys in a sec. Don't keep me waiting, hot stuff. You know it, babe. While we were making our plan, so was everyone else. Soon enough, the crowd disperses. Only the butler is left. So, dude, what's really up? Exactly what I've said so far. Alright, I'll play along. So, what are the facts, Jack? I'm afraid I don't know much. Feel free to look over the body for clues. I'll answer your questions as you like. Alright, I can work with this. I think I may be surprising everyone tonight. The only question now is where to start. Clearly there are 4 rooms to visit. If I include the main hall here, there are probably clues in each of them, not to mention my friends. I guess I just have to figure out which one to visit first. Oh wow, this is fun. Main hall, study, kitchen, sitting room. I'm a foodie. I'm going to the kitchen. Gotta investigate the kitchen. I think it's time to visit the kitchen. Maybe I can catch up with Rakesh. I wander down the hall into what looks like a little break room. There's a refrigerator and a microwave in here. There's even one of those little electric grills plugged in. I see Rakesh applying peanut butter to some bread slices at the counter next to the refrigerator. Digging around inside the fridge, I see a girl I don't know. Let me know when you find the jelly, Roxanne. Yes, I'm looking. I don't know if they have any. How did you talk me into this anyway? Because I make an excellent sandwich. Hey, Rakesh. Ah, Max, welcome. I will get more bread. What is a kitchen without snacks, Who's your new friend? This is Roxanne. Apparently she was staying here in the building to sort out some of her affairs. Affairs? In an old schoolhouse? That's unfortunate. Murder case in the Great Hall is my father. That unfortunate murder case in the Great Hall is my father. He called me here under some pretense of having something to tell me. It was apparently going to be something about his new lover. Honestly, if we weren't paying my way through college, I wouldn't have listened to anything that old bag had to say. Daddy trying to buy your love? What's the matter? Didn't get enough hugs? Oh please, he was an awful man. A gambler and a drunk. He probably just fell down those stairs. I hated that man. I hated him to his bones. I won't deny it. I've got nothing to hide. Roxanne slams the jar of jelly to the counter next to Rakesh and storms out of the room. Rakesh finishes making the sandwiches and hands me one. So what's your deal in this crazy place, Rakesh? Yes, well, as to my story, I'm not sure if you ever saw me around the office. I was Mr. Body's bodyguard. Okay. He did not feel I was necessary when he was at his own office. Still, I saw you a time or two. He was your boss as well, eh? Did you two get along all right? Oh yes, he was a very strict boss. You didn't like him? Oh, that's not true at all. Well, maybe a little true. I was not fond of him, but one does not need to be fond of one's employer to remain employed, is that correct? I suppose that's true, but surely you could have found somewhere else to work. Mr. Body was very persuasive. You don't sound like a loyal employee. Perish the thought. This is super fun. I love this. I love that they put a murder mystery to this game. Perish the thought. At any rate, I did not have anything to do with the terrible crime out there tonight. That is for certain. So where were you around 7 o'clock tonight? What time was that? An hour before we got here? I was just finishing up with an art class. I was doing a bit of life modeling. I didn't know you did that. Well, art is a bit of a side passion of mine. We both chuckle at that. Mr. Body said he wouldn't need me tonight, so I took the opportunity. Okay, well thank you, Rakesh. Make sure to find me if you think of anything else. Most definitely. Thank you, Max. I think there was definitely more to Rakesh's relationship with Mr. Body than he's saying, but I'll have to figure it out as I go. Well, that was certainly a good place to start. Question is, where to go next? Investigate the study. Time to visit the study. I think Isabella came in here. One of the classrooms has been converted for the evening. Looks like there are people relaxing all over. Someone even put a few pipes on a coffee table between some of the chairs. They probably haven't been used, since I'm pretty sure this is a no-smoking building. Isabella is sitting on one of the chairs, idly leafing through a book. I don't know if she's reading it or not, actually. Hey, Isabella. Hey, hot stuff. Glad you came to find me. I was afraid I was going to be all alone in here. She's really laying on pretty thick tonight. Not that I mind. So where is Chad anyway? I suppose it's too much to hope he's the corpse out there? Ha! No such luck. Nah, Chad left much earlier. Said he had to go bail on one of his friends out. Hey, that just means more for me, so what did your card say? Ahaha, that would be telling. And where's the fun in that? Aren't you going to try to worm the information out of me? Well, there are plenty of things I'd like to get you out of. Oh, tempting. Isabella stands up from her chair and walks over to me, draping her arms over my shoulders. So, Mr. Interrogator, you think you can wring a confession from these lips? Well, this could involve some very in-depth questioning. I wouldn't want you to get tongue-tied. Don't worry, I'm very hot under pressure. You're hot anywhere, babe. Come on. Did you do the crime? Isabella grins wickedly at me, then leans in close to my ear. If I was guilty, detective, would it matter? Isabella. Pursing her lips, she blows a little air over my ear. Well, I can certainly offer you a deal if you cooperate with me. What's the fun in cooperation? The struggle is so much more interesting. I'll play it any way you want it, babe. I can be mean or I can be very, very nice. Well, since you asked so nice. So, what's your story here, Isabella? Well, you know Mr. Body was my boss. We worked together for God's sake. I've been his secretary for 3 years now. Did you have any problems with your boss? Of course not. We got along famously. Everyone knows he was always hanging off my every word. And was there anything else going on between you two? I'm sorry, what? What do you mean? Oh, please, babe. If you were my secretary, I'd be in HR every day for being inappropriate. Are you saying that I can't be professional, Max? That's almost exactly what I'm saying. I'm also saying that men are more than happy to be unprofessional right along with you. I know I am. I close the distance between us, looking down at her with my best gotcha scare. Well, fine. Yeah, we messed around a bit. It was nothing serious, just a little harmless fun. Ha! I knew it! And did his wife know about this harmless fun? Well, if it's harmless, she wouldn't really need to know about it, would she? I figured. So where were you around 7 o'clock? Don't remind me. That was before we got here, right? You asked why Chad didn't come? Well, just ask the patrons at my cafe. They'll tell you why he didn't come. We had a huge fight when he told me he had to go bail someone out of jail. He left at 7, and I went home to prepare to come here with you. How far away is the cafe from here? I don't know, about 15 minutes? Well, thank you for your time, Isabella. No problem, detective. Hope you figure out who did this and bring them to justice. Isabella winks at me and goes back to idly leafing through her book on her comfy chair. This is so cool. Well, there was clearly an affair happening between her and Body, but that's not necessarily evidence that she did it. I'll have to investigate further. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of the other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. Oh yeah, I totally heard his bodyguard wanted out of his job, but couldn't get out from under her body's thumb. There's definitely some dirt involved here. That's Rakesh. Rakesh was a bodyguard. Well, anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next. Investigate the kitchen, investigate the study, investigate the sitting room. Looks like our common room, but with a nicer TV. It even looks like someone brought in a small bar. Upon closer inspection, it looks like it's all kinds of juices. It's got all kinds of juices, but no alcohol. Which means I immediately find it uninteresting. Anne is here on one of the small couches in a corner, writing in a small notebook. A few other people are sitting on various other parts of the room, but they all seem to be nattering about nothing. Come to think of it, about something. Come to think of it, I haven't really seen all those other people much. Most of them must have come in here to discuss things. Looks like a bunch of them have some juice glasses. Hello, Anne, our Hermione Granger. Hiding out in there, huh? Well, maybe a little. I have my reasons. Well, speaking of reasons, maybe we should talk about your story here. Come on, let's talk about you for a while, huh? Okay, Mr. Sleuth, what would you like to know? Well, how did you know Mr. Body? I only just met him a few months ago. Actually, I didn't really know him very well. He hired me to write his memoirs, you see. Do you think he had an interesting enough life for a book? I mean, was his company that successful? I heard of a few Fortune 500 types putting out their stores. Was it like that? A few Fortune 500 types putting out their stores. Was it like that? Yes, exactly like that. Apparently he's heard of a few of my books before and he wanted me to ghostwrite his story. Have you read any of my books? I wrote the Starlight Sally series that everyone was reading a few years back. I also wrote A Spy's Game is Murder, which you might know. Do those books even exist, Anne? I didn't know you'd written anything. Max, I'm in character here. Get into the spirit of it, would you? I swear I'll put a hex on you. Okay, calm down. So you wrote some really well-known books then? Yes, a lot of fantasy and fiction, mostly. I told my publisher I was interested in writing some non-fiction. When he mentioned that Mr. Body was a big fan, I thought it would be my chance. And how was the book coming along? Oh, it was fine. He was an interesting subject, certainly. Anne can't meet my eyes as she says this. She stops just short of making a disgusted face. I feel like Anne's the murderer. Didn't exactly make for a page-turner, huh? Oh, no. I can make any story interesting. It's what I do. Did you know that Starlight Sally and the Bugmen of Xanadu was really just a story about an ant farm? #1 in the New York bestsellers list for 7 weeks, and it could have just as easily been written in a 3rd grade science report. That's how good I am. Anne's good at being in character. Huh. And did you have to do a lot of doctoring on Mr. Body's story? Well, how could I? It was non-fiction. Anna's gone back to writing in her little notebook. Just notes on this case. If you don't hurry, I'm going to figure out the culprit before you. So where were you at 7 o'clock? You can ask the bartender at the Dog and Biscuit. He's probably the only one who could tell you how many I'd had, since he's the one that cut me off. Wait, what? Seriously? Max! Oh, right, character, sorry. Look, I don't have a drinking problem. I drink, I get drunk, I write books. No problem. Ha, that's a good one. Well, thank you for your time, Anne. I'll let you get back to writing your notes, your case notes. Let me know if you come up with anything. We'll see. Good luck, detective. I'll be interested to see if you get this one right, Max. Anne looks at me appraisingly. She's really into this stuff. I think she's enjoying the intellectual challenge. I give her a little bow and head back out. As I return to the main hall, I pass by a couple of other guests in this murder mystery. I hear a quick snippet of their conversation. Oh yeah, I totally heard his bodyguard wanted out of his job but couldn't get from under the body's thumb. Oh yeah, there's definitely some dirt involved here. Investigate the main hall, which is where the body is, I think. Time to investigate the main hall. After all, there is a body here to look into. I look around the room just to get my bearings. There are some stairs going up here, though that seems to be out of bounds for the game. The main entrance is here too. The butler appears to have gone back outside to wait for the police. The body lies before me. Whoever did it up did a great job. It almost looks like a real person. A real person who's had the back of their skull caved in. The body is wearing a very nice 3-piece suit that's been treated very roughly. Whoever got him must have had a fight on their hands. There are holes and tears all over. The man was also clearly quite well-to-do. A gold watch peeks out from under one of his sleeves. I'm a little hesitant to mess with the body. I don't know if it's against the rules or not. Hey, butler, can I touch this guy? If you think it will help your case, sir, everyone else seems to have gone to search for clues elsewhere. I'm sure the police will be able to put the pieces together if nobody else here can. Oh good, we can tamper with evidence. Nice. Sounds good. I take a look at the watch on his wrist. It's definitely seen better times. The strap is nearly broken off and the face is definitely broken. A little blood has gotten onto it, and the strap and on the strap and on the knob on the side. The watch hands have stopped moving, stuck pointing at 7 o'clock, which is probably when he died, because I'm assuming the watch broke during the struggle. I decided to go through the pockets of his jacket as well. After a few moments of rifling around, my hand grasped something. It appears to be a stop payment order on a check. On the reason line it just says cut off. There doesn't appear to be anything else of note in his body. Well, butler, I think it's time you told me what you know. Exactly what happened here? Very well, here's a sordid tale. I was here when the master returned from work at 6 in the evening. He was certainly planning on throwing a costume party tonight. All of the invitations to you were sent off ages ago. At 6:55, the master noticed that we were dreadfully short of port for the evening. He immediately sent me to acquire more for the night. Obviously, I don't really know what happened while I was gone. I arrived back from the shops at 7:30. I entered to find the hideous scene you see before you. I called the police, of course, but then you all began arriving, and, well, you know where we got from there. Did you hear any strange noises when you were leaving? Any sign of struggle? If we assume his watch broke at the time of assault, it wasn't long after you left. No, I don't recall anything unusual as I left. It was actually very quiet. How neat and tidy that he died at exactly 7 o'clock, or that the watch stopped at exactly 7 o'clock. And there was nobody here when you got back? No, I checked all the rooms and nobody was about. Are there any other entrances or exits? There is a back entrance, but it was still locked when I checked it. Alright, well thank you, butler. Of course, sir. I think that's all I'm gonna get out of this place for now. Interesting. I passed by a couple other guests. It was great having a life model for class. I think I made good progress, if he even stayed a little late. Well anyway, that's another room down. Only question now is where to go next. Main hall, study, kitchen. Gather the suspects and make your accusation. Gather the people. I think it's time we close this case. Very well, sir. Gather people, it's time to close this case. The little guy runs off. I have no idea who did it. The little guy runs off to grab everyone while I collect my thoughts. Once everyone's gathered around, I stand next to the body while I eye everyone. Someone in here thinks they're pretty clever. Someone thinks they've pulled the wool over my eyes. Somebody didn't count on exactly how smart I really am. I've seen the evidence. I've talked to some of you very in depth. Isabella winks at me. The others look around at each other, sizing up what I'm going to say. And now it's time to bring this little game to a close, with me as its winner. It's all quite clear to me now. Isabella did it, accuse her. Isabella did it, lie to protect her. Rakesh did it, accuse him. Rakesh did it, lie to protect him. Anne did it, accuse her. Anne did it, lie to protect her. Anne did it, accuse her. I look at Anne as she writes a final note in her notebook before folding it up and putting it away. There are a lot of stories out there. Some good, some bad, some are just plain boring. Tonight we all heard a really cool story about a dead man. A dead man with a pretty colorful life if you look at it right away. If you look at it another way, though, it's just another story of some rich white guy with a successful company. Oh, so she needed to spice it up a bit. That's right. She said, of course I can't take any liberties in his story. It's non-fictional. But if she made his life suddenly exciting by putting a murder in it, that would be interesting. But a rich white guy involved in a brutal and mysterious murder? Well, now that's a great twist no matter how you look at it. My eye wanders over to Anne, who's beginning to shift uncomfortably. Of course, I'm just a simple gumshoe. Is that what they're called? Nobody gets to call me a D. Max, character. See, Anne, the literary one. The one who cares about characters and story structure and those sorts of things. Oh, snap, Max. Way to turn that around. And Mr. Body, well, he didn't fit into your story, did he, Anne? He just wasn't performing up to snuff. You didn't get here at 7. The butler would have heard the fight leading up to the murder. I have no doubt your alibi checks out until almost 7, but you checked out a little early, didn't you? You got here while the butler was away. You knew he'd been busy to get ready for his party. You knew that his bodyguard would be busy trying to find the blackmail Mr. Body kept on him. A little mystery to an otherwise completely boring life. A little spice to keep you on that bestseller list. You knew exactly what needed to happen. You snuck up on him, and with the first heavy object you found, smashed his head in. You even smashed his watch when you were done. I saw the blood on the adjustment knob on his watch. I can tell you set the time back to 7 o'clock so your alibi would check out. I would never kill a person just to make my story that much better. Are you kidding me? I mean, yeah, the book's going to be more interesting now. Still, this is ridiculous. You can ask anyone at that bar earlier. I didn't leave until 7, and that bar is 35 minutes away. I can't believe you would accuse me of something this heinous. Actually, I could probably write a good story about this. I'm sorry, Max, you are incorrect. Oh. Relationship change with Anne, -5. Oh. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have. I want to thank you all for coming out for the Alpha Theta Rho Fraternity's Murder Mystery Evening. If you'd like, please feel free to join us for a party proper at our house. That was fun, though. It's okay that I didn't get it right. It's okay. That's what replay value is for. If you'd like, please feel free to join us for a party proper at our house. Everyone claps loudly for the butler, who takes a bow. People start heading out the door. The Latin House roomies gather in the lot. I can't believe how much fun that was. Did you see me in there? Definitely. Clearly you need to channel some of that all the time, Anne. Oh yeah, you were definitely working it. She wasn't the only one. Well, hey, if you got it, flaunt it, though I can't believe they made me the other woman for some skeezy old businessman. Well, if the shoe fits, watch it. Everyone laughs as Isabella starts chasing me around, threatening to bite me. That was a lot of fun, to pretend to be someone else for an evening. I suppose that is what Halloween is all about, yes? I suppose that's very true, Rakesh. Nice work. Well, Now that I'm done with pretending to be a sexy office worker, I think it's time to pretend to be a drunken vampire who wants to go get some research material. Here, here. Are you really just going to pretend to be drunk? Everyone just stares at Rakesh for a moment before we all head off, laughing to the frat house. That was fun. I really loved that. That was super creative. That was good. Time for breakfast. I mean lunch, apparently. Zzz. I got a good stretch today. I'm feeling a little looser. Okay. Now we're back. So, yeah, we're down to 65% again. So, if we continue with this schedule, you know, this stays at -10, -20, -30, and then this will be still -30, still -30, and then this will be, let's go ahead and roll in bed. And then roll in bed, nap, yeah, and yoga. And then, yeah, because this will keep our energy up. All right, yeah, I mean, we'll do that. You know, we still have plenty of time to get our skills up. You know, I think this is going to be a good rest week for us. So, yeah, let's play it out. New event. You know what? I think this is going to be a good week for a change. I'm actually getting out the door without running into something crazy delaying me. The last few weeks have been ridiculous. Everyone else has already gone to class, so I lock the door behind me as I head out. Or at least I thought the others had gone off to class. It looks like Sally's coming back. And she's definitely smuggling something. I know that look very well. Jacket clutched at her chest, eyes darting all over the place, slightly hunched over like she doesn't want something to fall out. I walked out the gate and give her a wave as I turned toward my class. Oh, Max, hey, I forgot a book. Wow, she's pretty terrible at lying about it, too. Sally runs past me and heads to the door without looking me in the eye. I can tell she's struggling to keep her jacket closed and get into her pockets at the same time. I suppose I could go over and help, but that just means getting tied up into whatever crazy scheme she's got going on today. I don't know if it's worth it. I'll skip it. No, I know. I think I know trouble when I see it, and this time I'm not getting sucked into it. I have to admit, though, I had a hard time focusing. I'm just too curious. Sally doesn't seem the type of girl to be smuggling legal stuff, so I can't imagine what she was doing. When I finally get back, I can't help myself. I have to go knock on Sally's door. Sally only barely cracks the door open, speaking to me through the gap. She looks really frazzled. What? Oh, hey Max, sorry. I got some really hard homework in here, so I'll talk to you later. Come on, Sally, I saw you this morning. You can't scam a scammer. What's going on? What? What do you mean? I just raised my eyebrow at her. That's when I feel something cold and wet pressing against my shin. What? Vegemite? No! Oh, is that a puppy? We're not supposed to have pets here, Sally. Shh! I barely got past Dominic this morning. Oh man, that is so against the rules. I love it. You need someone to run interference? Let me know. Though seriously, Vegemite? Shh! Hush! Shh! Quiet! Sally is whisper yelling at me. Well, just let me know if you need anything. Best of luck. Okay, thanks, really. This is not gonna last. I can't believe I had never learned that before. New event. I shouldn't have checked my email. One of my professors wants to see me after class. This is never good. See me after class is right up there with we need to talk for bad indicators. I guess I could always just avoid this whole thing, but Professor Task's temper is pretty legendary. If I miss the appointment, who knows what he'll do. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta do it. It's my teacher. I suppose there's nothing for it. I'll have to go. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. I try to keep my head down during class and afterwards head over to the professor's office. Professor, you wanted to see me? Ah, Max, exactly on time. Professor Task. If only you were this diligent in class. I've been studying. I hate it when he grimaces at me like that. It looks like he's trying to dissect me. Looking around, I notice there's another student already here. At least she's not trying to kill me with her eyes. Yeah, sorry, Prof. Well, anyway, to the matter at hand, you both know I've been helping out the sociology department lately, right? Well, one of the other professors is running an experiment. She wanted me to give a few of my students a little questionnaire. You don't have to, but it'll give you a bit of extra credit for your trouble. I have no problem filling out a questionnaire, Professor. The girl looks at me, waiting on my response. She notices me looking back at her a little vacantly and blushes, looking away. I love how many characters. There's so many characters in this game. I love it. Guess I have that effect on all the ladies. Thank you, Carmen. And you, Max. It's not like you couldn't use the credit with your grades. There's that glare again. Yeah, sure, I'll fill the thing out. The professor nods like he hadn't expected any less. He hands us the papers without further comment. There are a few questions on the paper, mostly about my college life. I fill in most of it pretty easily. The last question gives me pause, though. Your fellow student has obtained the answers for the next test. They plan on using them, and as do several others. They offer you the chance to use them as well. There is no chance for you to be caught using the answers. Do you use them on the test? No. Okay, this is the most obvious trick I've ever seen. I mark down no and hand the paper back in. There may be hope for you yet, boy. Thanks, Professor. He can't be serious. Heck yes, I'd use those answers, but I'm sure it's not telling him that. That will be all, Max. Have a good stay. Oh, come on. Come on. Max, try to be a better student than that. Try to have a little bit more integrity than that. I have to admit, it was not nice to be glared at as I get out for a change. Hopefully that increased my grade up a little bit. People are always asking me for the weirdest colors. Don't we have yellow? Of course we have yellow. We've got enough yellow to choke a traffic light. I guess that went pretty well. Okay, I think I know that position. That's the one like a bad spin at Twister, right? I don't think what the professor did actually counts as teaching. When the kids come to play in a clean park, that's when I feel good about what I've done. Another day, another dollar. This makes no sense. Gah! Doesn't it just figure? I finally decided to do my homework, and now I can't figure out how to do this one. I'm just gonna give this up as a bad idea. Everything all right in here? Wait, Max, studying? Wait, maybe I walked into Anne's room on accident. Shut up, D-bag. Who asked you? Can you blame me for being shocked, slacker? Did you call me Dominic? What? Oh, sorry. No, I was just giving Slacker here a hard time. Oh, studying, Max? Good for you. See, she knows how to encourage a guy. Still, the last thing I need is these two breathing down my necks. I could always ask for help, I guess. Yeah, well, come on. We need you to do better in school. All right, you two chuckle nuts. If you're going to hang around, make yourselves useful already. I throw my worksheet at Dominic, who looks over the problem while Anne looks at it over his shoulder. Wow, that is a tough one. Oh, I didn't know you were taking this class, Max. Okay, I think I see how this is supposed to go. It's a logic question, basically. No, I think that's a trick question, right? I mean, that statement is fallacious, isn't it? You think? No, it seems pretty straightforward to me. Yeah, it's probably one of those things that you guys are saying. Feel free to just go ahead and write down the answer once you've got it. I'll be out back with a beer if you need me. I actually got halfway to the stairs down from the second floor before they pulled their head out of my book. Nice try. Max, come on, you can do this. Get Dominic to help you with the problem. Talk the problem with Anne. Get Dominic to help you with the problem. Yeah, 10 on 10 with Dominic. We're going to be best buds in no time. Fine. Whatever, Dominic. Put your money where your mouth is. I bet you can't figure this one. Well, good luck, you guys. I'm proud of you for studying, Max. Yes. Now, come on. Put it together like this. Together, Dominic and I head over to the desk in my room. I have to admit, Dominic does know his stuff. It doesn't take him long to show me where I was going wrong trying to solve this one. So then, like this? Exactly. Yeah, okay, I guess that makes sense. There. You can get it when you try. You can get it when you try, Max. You just have to apply yourself. I can't have been the first person to say that to you. Oh! Dominic, that's actually really sweet. Come on, Max. Come on, he's trying here. He's trying to be your friend. Yeah, if I want a lecture from my second grade teacher, I could have just called her up. Whatever. Good to see you studying. He takes off while I continue looking at the rest of my homework. Yeah, I probably should have just given the whole thing up. Another event. Ugh, why isn't my alarm on? I could have sworn I set it on time. Ugh. I fly through my room picking out a quick outfit to wear today. I look at the clock. If no one's in the way, I might be able to grab a shower. Oh, Max! He does have abs. Not Max! Looking good, buddy.